This is a very convenient track to commence my very first live analysis video. What's cracking, everybody? It's your boy, JPG. I'm going to be bagging in every single race I play in this worldwide session. And through this, you guys are going to learn my thought process for why I do the things I do and get a better feel for how to bag more frequently in Mario Kart race moving forward to eventually win. So without further ado, let's start giving her bud. Look, this is Cheeseland. This is a track where if you're in a competitive setting, everyone's going to be bagging. So, or at least everyone should be bagging. So realistically, like, this is definitely one of the harder tracks to really leverage it just because everyone's doing it. So it's like, when everyone's bagging, it's like no one's bagging sometimes. But I'm in 10th right now. Oh, I pulled the shock. Okay, so, yeah, 30 seconds past that point. I'm going to use another star. And, I mean, I'm going to shock this set. I would like to get a... Oh, I dodged with shock. And I was the only one who dodged as well, mind you. I saw the minimap there. Maybe there was only one other person at best who dodged shock. So instead of chaining it at that set, I'm going to actually hold it for a while because I know that no one else will pull shock for another 30 seconds after that shock was used. So I could actually use this like after the guy in the bill in like second or third, whatever, finishes his bill, and then I can really leverage it myself. So watch this. Bang. Okay, I dodged one person. That's it. Even though I got billed there, that was perfect for me. Oh my god. Okay, this is really good. So now, bill extension time's coming up. I'm gonna use my 2 shrooms for the shortcut. See that Peach in first? That Peach is not getting first this race. I can probably see that. I'm probably capping, but we'll find out. This box is really important. Okay, let's bill. This bullet bill is gonna go on for a really long time. And I got a golden, okay. And there's a blue shell coming. Okay, dude. This is one way to start off a live analysis video. That was like, wait. I thought I was gonna land the explosion, dude. But yeah, dude, look at this. Golden mushroom in first place. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? I'm just the king of bagging. Simple as that. But some key takeaways from that race. You can pull a shock 30 seconds after the race has begun. So I hit the boxes at like the best possible time. And as a result, I pulled the shock. And I had a star first, so I could use my invincibility to my advantage. I used my star at a good time in between the second and last set. So much so to the point where someone pulled shock, used it, dodged me, and then it was chalked from there. I was giving her. Another very key takeaway about that race was my analysis of the minimap, because I realized that maybe at best one other person dodged. So the odds of there being a second shock in play at that point was very slim. And that opened up the door for me to hold my shock for an extensive period of time. So much so to the point where there was no way that anyone else could counter that. And on top of that, I only dodged one person with my shock. So even though I got billed, I pulled a really good item after that. And it was only a matter of time before I was just fully set up to win the race because my shock was perfect. There was nothing wrong with how I played that race. It was actually like probably a masterclass performance on my end, bagging wise. And I don't really get those that often. So we'll take that all day. I will say, however, every race is different. I got very lucky that race, even though I did play it really well. Excitebike is a very good example of a track that you can run and also bag and win. It's probably the best example of that, to be honest. Maybe apart from some other tracks, I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to bag this race and hopefully you'll get like a more realistic idea of what most bagging instances look like. Although every race is different, so that kind of like defeats the whole purpose of that. But yeah, we're bagging it up once again. Okay, yeah. I thought I was going to take doubles, so I just went for the single. Getting double boxes is really important while bagging as well, but if you're in a situation where you know you'll fall too far behind by making sure you get doubles, then getting a single box isn't the absolute worst idea in the world. I'm going to get double this set for sure. Could get the first blue shell, though. Okay, that's very good. Okay, this is perfect. Okay. So this is what's going to happen. Chain star this set. Invincibility for a while. Another star after Bill. This is really lucky. Okay, small window for the cut. Bill here. This is a very good Bill spot. I'll catch it pretty quickly. That was like pretty quick bagging in all due respect, but I'm gonna still have a star in a really high spot, which is very good. I'm paying attention to the back. I'm gonna start here. There could be a shock in play, so I just want to get my star out as quickly as possible, just in case there is a shock. Now, I don't have the best possible pull, but I did find my way into third. A bit of an unconventional way. I mean, obviously, that's what bagging is all about, but I'm still in a decent spot. Blue shell's coming. I fouled the guy. That's very good. I could get first this race. Let's see. He horned it. Could I red him? I'm not going to get red. I'm going to throw my red. See what happens. It hit a Nana. I think I'm getting second this race, but that's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine. No! No way he had a bomb, dude. First he horns the blue, then he pulls a bomb. Are you kidding me? But generally speaking, that was a well-played race on my end. And I'll tell you why. I was cycling through dodges and I was leveraging my invincibility, which is a very key component of this game. There could have been a shock at any point in that second lap. That was where it was probably most likely, and there wasn't. So even though there wasn't, I was making sure I was good and I was minimizing my time being vulnerable for the shock by just constantly cycling through like my star, then my bullet bill, and then my second star. And even though I did have the best pull going into lap 3, I mean, really, I was set up pretty nicely because, you know, I was aggressive when I needed to be, and I had unconventional items in the front, regardless. And that's kind of what you aim for. Not necessarily item smuggling, but you get the idea. Boo Lake is an interesting one because this is a very short track, and there's only one shortcut that you can also take shroomless. So this is one of those tracks where bagging isn't the best approach. However, there is a bill extension here, so it's not the absolute worst strategy to go for. But of course, that involves getting a bullet bill as well. But regardless, I'll showcase bagging here. It's still, like, realistically, you can bag efficiently on any track in this game. It's not like there are certain tracks where it's like, if you bag, you're going to lose the race. So I'll probably get like a star to a shrooms this set. Yep. Next set, I will be able to pull any like last place item, it seems like. Okay, I just got a single. That's fine. Let's see. Single shroom. That's not that great. Okay, this track is very short. So like the heavy bagging mainly takes place on lap 1. Oh! I was the only one who dodged that shock. Okay, item smuggling season, baby. What's going on here? Let's go. I love you too, Matt. Okay, I'm passing that guy. He has a bomb. I didn't think that red was going for me. That kind of sucks. Okay, well, obviously I'm not bagging too hard, but I mean, I still played that sequence pretty well. I know I dodged shock, which is like, yeah, I dodged shock, but like, I played that sequence pretty well in the sense that, like, you know, I understood I wouldn't have a lot of situations where I could catch up or like opportunities per se. And as a result, I just made sure that I made my time bagging quick so that I had an opportunity to catch up also with good items. And I don't think I'm getting first this race, but you never know. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We'll take second. The second I should have got last race. Key takeaways. When you're playing on short tracks, it doesn't really matter how many shortcuts there are. You should limit your bagging mainly to lap 1. Obviously, there are some exceptions like Donut Plains 3 and Moo Moo Meadows. Definitely not Moo Moo Meadows, actually. Toad Circuit's a better example. But yeah, there's only one shortcut on Boo Lake, and let alone the fact that you can do it shroomless. So when you're bagging, you want to make it quick. You don't want to waste too much time in the back to the point where you're trying to cycle to get the best items, and when you get the best items, it's already too late. You have to make sure you're being efficient with your time in the back on short tracks like that, and you'll find success. I will actually be kind of upset if I do well this race, because I would say this is one of like very few tracks in this game where you should just not bag, period. Like, you are actively putting yourself at a disadvantage by bagging, because the only shortcut on this track, like, well, you can take it shroomless, but even then, like, if you have like a mushroom or a star or whatever, you don't really benefit from using it at that shortcut anyways. So it's like, you don't have many opportunities to catch up, and it's a shorter track, so you really have to weigh your options out. Yeah, Ghost early just to see what we get before the set, and then definitely get a double box here. See, I'm already really far behind. I need to catch up like ASAP. But for the time being, just in case someone pulled shock, I'm going to chain invincibility. So once my star's done, we ghost. Minimal time in between invincibility items. There you go. Crazy 8. Okay, we're just going to cycle through it. Yep. Keep the invincibility train going. Maybe another good pull this set. Okay, a golden. Okay. So here's the thing. The gap in between the second and third set, very minimal. So there's no point in wasting like a little bit of my golden mushroom to then stop at the third set. Like, you have to realize like the gap in between the sets when you pull a golden mushroom And then that's how you figure out, is it worth it to just like use a little bit of my golden and stop at the set, or just make as most amount of golden as possible. And I mean, I kind of was speaking gibberish there, but the point still stands that I made at the very beginning of this track. It's very tough to catch up because people in the middle are going to pull like mushrooms to like stay up there. And even though people are kind of dropping like flies here, I got 7. So I mean, there's that, but like I had no real business like of getting first, second, third that race because there's no shortcuts really that you can leverage with power items. And even then, it's a short track. So the odds of you catching up are very slim. You have to take that into account and realize that short tracks, no shortcuts, don't bag. Because you're probably not going to profit that much from it. Okay, this is a good track to move on to next because this is definitely a very technical track, you know, Ribbon Road. However, if you're in the mid pack, you're in a rough spot because the odds of you getting hit out and being in a position where you cannot bag are pretty high. Especially if you get hit like in a bad spot like in the race. So like if you're not in the very front, I would say bag right away and just establish yourself in the back. Try to get some beauty items. Let's start giving her, bud. Yeah, and you'll see more people back here as well. So there you go. It's definitely more of a bagging track than others in this game, despite it being a good runner as well. Chain invincibility a little bit, but there won't be a shock yet. No way. And always make sure you use a ghost before bagging at the next set, because you don't want to use it after and have something terrible. So the golden mushroom here, I'll stop using it a little bit so I can like easily bag next set, but I'm just going to quick bag here because I'm a little far behind. Oh, there we go, baby. And look at that. I didn't waste too much time. I have a nice item, a nice set of items in 7th. And now I recognize this is my opportunity to catch up. Just gotta play around the items. There's a lot of red shells here. But I want to hold my star. I know the value of my star, so I want to make the most of it. I don't think there will be a second shock. Okay, star in 4th. I may have to use it. I don't know if the red's going to go for me. Blue's out. Could cause some interesting things in the front. Okay, went through the track. I'm going to star. I don't like the situation. I need a star. Get his... Oh! Low-key messed up! Oh, yep. I sold. Yeah, I definitely took my star for granted. This is an example of just, like, fumbling it. What I should have done is I should have held my star for when, like, I knew I needed to use it. Wait, this is actually good for me. What the hell? Not really. Well, actually, I'll get, like, 3rd. Oh! Dude, I was worried, like, I was thinking, should I go to the right or will I get bumped? Or go to the left and try to get around the green on the left, but no, nothing worked. Okay, so, generally speaking, I did a good job that race, apart from lap 3. So, key takeaways, when you get a ghost, you want to use it pretty early when you're bagging, just so you know what you're working with. And also, too, recognize how far you are away from the runners, because when you're trying to do well while bagging, you don't want to fall too far behind. So I recognized that lap 2, very beginning, I was pretty far behind. So I quick bagged, stopped out the set for a very short period of time. Luckily, I dodged a shock, and I was one of very few people who dodged, if not the only person. So as a result, I was in a very good position. I had triple shrimp star in like a really high spot, which was awesome. I definitely took my star for granted though. I should have used my items a bit more wisely there. But, you know, we all make mistakes. It is what it is. I did a good job getting myself up there, but important to remember that regardless of whether you dodge or not, or whether you have a really good item in the front or not, it's not over till it's over. You got to keep your head in the game. That's how you win races. All right, this is going to be my last race of this video because this track is definitely more of a running track. However, it is long enough to the point where you can bag, and there's a shortcut at the end where you can find value, obviously, in catching up. 10 people in the room, so it might not be like the best example of bagging on this track, but either way, I'll do my best. And like I said, more of a running track for sure, so that's why you see me and one other person in the back. It just makes sense for people to be in the very front. But regardless, Closest to 30 seconds, so I'll just hit the boxes now and get Triple Shroom Star again, probably. Yeah, Triple Shroom Star. Excuse me. The reason why I didn't want to hit that at 30 seconds is because I didn't want to risk putting a blue shell this early. I want to, like, work on my bagging, like, a little bit more. Try to get, like, some good pulls. Maybe give the guy last an opportunity to pull it. And there's the blue shell, okay. The item that you obviously don't want, but it's okay. Because now, it'll be thrown, and after it explodes, another blue shell cannot be pulled for 30 seconds. And this is a pretty unfortunate situation. I almost said unlucky after I fell off. But I got a golden to get out of here. Blue shell exploded, so I should get a good set from the second item set. Nice little combo here. Seems like giving her buds bagging as well. All right, there we go. That's a good pull. And I can actually utilize this golden pretty well. I'm a little far behind right now, but I still have 10 coins. And I have a star golden, which is pretty good. I don't think there'll be a shotgun play. No one's really gone for it or bagged as far as I have. So I'll just star golden now. Let's see. Another star. That's nice. Closing on the pack a little bit, but I'm a little far behind regardless. Let's see what we can do, though. I'm going to do star here just in case of shock. Okay, this might be tough. No one's really hitting each other. Never mind, a bomb went off. Oh, that's a red shell. Throw it. Okay, dude. No! If I held my star until second set. See, that's where I messed up. If I held my star till second set, I would have dodged. I was worried about whoever got shock. They would just, like, spam it or, like, see no one in a dodge and just use it. That's why I used my star there. But, yeah, they used it at second set. It really benefited them, and I paid the price. It's generally, like, it's not the easiest task predicting shock. Shocks are definitely more random in this game than in Mario Kart Wii, because in Mario Kart Wii, A, there can only be one shock, and B, you don't see the other people's items unless they're, like, trailing something. So as a result, it's a bit tough because you don't know what people's intentions are. There can be up to 24 items in play, so you don't know exactly what people's intentions are. So that's why I use my star early, because I was thinking I'm going to be the only one in a dodge. So if someone uses shock, they're going to shock a lot of people. And whoever used shock still shocked a lot of people. But obviously, if I chained the last set or second set, I would have dodged. And that's a very good shock spot as well. And as you guys could see, like, I didn't really have a path to catching up because I couldn't take the shortcut. With that said, guys, I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'd like to do more of these. Maybe one on getting first or second, third place the conventional way by just going forward, racing to the finish line. You know, gotta keep holding A. So maybe we can do that. We'll see what happens. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day and keep on giving her, bud.